Okay, so another thing you guys should probably think about when making a visual novel or just making video games in general is like, especially if you're in the first person. I guess that's one thing. First person, third person, which perspective are you doing, right? Who is the person you're supposed to be, right? And the reason why that's important is because depending who you are, right, is gonna make a difference, right? If you are first person, you can't really be shifting. Some games allow you to shift, but like, it was something I didn't understand for a while because I'm like, but other games do it. And in Otome, it doesn't make sense to shift, right? And here's the reason why it doesn't make sense for you to shift your perspective unless you're going a different route. But this is why you don't shift perspectives, right? The reason why you don't shift perspectives is because is because you want your audience to be invested as the character. So like, if you're doing it on Otome, right, you want that person to be invested in who they're playing at, if it's themselves, or in my case, in Arya's choice, they're Arya, right? You don't want them to be Damien, you don't want them to be Serenity, you don't want to be Layla. They want to be Arya. They have to feel Arya. They have to want to be Arya. And that's one of the things is, why do they want to be Arya? And that's something I did not understand for the longest time. Where my characters are interesting, but some people found Arya to be the least interesting. And why is she the least interesting? Is because Arya is not having some kind of like superpower X, Y, and Z. She's just the villain character, right? Compared to everyone else. Everyone else has their own thing going on. And so when it came to her, it's like, she needs more going on with her. Okay? She needs more going on for her. And in order to do that, you have to make her more desirable, right? And that's one thing I was not understanding, is that I'm under here thinking, oh, she shouldn't be so desired. It's not realistic. It's not real. People don't want that. Yeah, in real life, sure. It makes no sense not to be with everyone, right? But in the fantasy of Otome, if that is the game you're playing, right? She is supposed to be the most desired person in the world because she is the girl. She is the girl you want to be. So you have to make her the desired chick, right? Some people will like it, some people hate it, but they want to be her. They should be her, right? It's kind of how in Love and Deep Space, everyone loves the main character. Everyone wants to be with the main character. Why? To me, she has no personality. But because it's you. Because you're you. You're her. You're her. So you want to be her. So how do you make her desirable? I don't know. You gotta figure that part out. That's the part you have to figure out. That's the part you're gonna have to figure out. But aside from aesthetics, because I realized, like, you know, when it comes to visual novels, there is a heroine aesthetic. They usually have the heroine versus villain aesthetic. The heroine aesthetic tends to have the brown hair, sometimes a petite figure. It really all depends. But it could range from being like, what's it called, ethereal, to being like a plain Jane. It really doesn't matter. Like, you honestly don't even have to show the girl. But It's just, all that matters is that everybody wants the girl. That's all that matters. And so, when you do the otome per se, I mean, I don't know, I guess it's just called a harem for the guy version. I don't know what the guy version is called. You have to make her likable, desirable. And if you don't, the audience would probably not like her. And I mean, the characters still probably will, because there's actually two ways to do it, right? You can make everybody unlikable, and therefore they're all equally as bad, and you pick the least bad, right? That's how you do it, right? Or you make everybody likable. Or you could even do this. You make everybody but one person likable, and that person will either be loved or hated. That's how you can do things, right? And so, it really all depends at the end of the day how you want to make your person stands out, right? But, just remember, when it comes to otome, your girl, or the person you're playing as has to be the most desirable, the baddest of the baddies that is being played. And I remember I even asked someone, I was just like, do you like her the most? And they're like, yes, I like her the most. Her design is the most interesting. Excellent. She's a baddie. I was just dang, that's crazy. So yeah, like, people will like the main character the most in terms of design wise and whatnot. Some people will be like, nah, actually I like the side characters the most. But it just all depends. So yeah, you can take what I said with a grain of salt, but I'm just saying, if this is helpful to you, let me know in the comments below. If it's not, then you can just ignore everything I just said. But I just felt like that was important to say, because I remember trying to think, why do some video games work and some don't? Mine being the game that failed, Artist Choice on itch.io. And I was just like, oh dang, simple. I didn't make her too design. I failed to be like, oh, she is the must have. Like, it, like, I was taking a realistic approach to the game. And some people appreciate it, but like, to probably get a more hit, I should probably make her more of a she is loved by everyone type of trope. Because even though people say they hate tropes, you kind of use tropes. It's what you do with the tropes. It's what you do with the tropes that make you stand out. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? With that being said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And you have a good one. Take care.